Welcome back, Burnout Teachers. Today's lesson will be about disability justice in Palestine. According to the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics, 15% of children ages 5 through 17 have a disability. A lot of these disabilities are ones that have been caused by military incursions and by the brutalization of the Israeli army.
احكي لي وين بالضبط طخك وين دخلت الرصاص؟
يعني هو طخني هين من هين ظلت كسرت كل شيء ووقفت هين هي. يعني هذه قطمتها العضلة هذه قطمتها.
His injuries were so severe, he had to be put into a medically induced coma, and he lost an entire part of his skull.
The disability percentage is higher in the West Bank and Gaza Strip and is also higher in refugee communities. And these are important factors to consider because it really reiterates the intersectional nature of a disability justice movement, where you must consider various factors across even a population that's living under occupation, their class, the city that they live in, how that city is restricted from movement.
كانوا الجيش جايين عبيتنا الصبح وكان في مواجهات، ولما طلع رمى رصاص الكناهن وقعدنا نلعب فيهن انفجرت في رصاصة.
انفجرت في ايدك؟
الشظية جت عند عيني وفي صبعي.
An additional statistic from this study also found that 33% of children had more than one disability. You really have to understand the intersectional nature of how things get even more complicated and more unjust as we look at individuals in Palestine that are not just being brutalized by the army, but also when they are a person with a disability, how that adds an added dimension of oppression.
والمدارس عندنا ما بتستوعبهم إلى جانب في طواقم متخصصة للتعامل معهم، إلى جانب إنه الطفل محتاج إلى جنب التعليم كتعليم القراءة والكتابة محتاج لبرامج تانية مساندة اللي هي لتنمية قدراته الوظيفية وبرامج التأهيل اللي يقدر يكون معتمد على نفسه.
Eyad Al Hallaq, he was a martyred young man of, I believe, 30 years of age, and he was autistic and also a person with a disability.
Hallaq, a 30-year-old disabled man, was shot dead on May 30th when he was on his way to the educational institution where he studied. How exactly the shooting happened is still unclear.
They hit him. He was afraid and started to run. They shot his leg and he started to limp. Someone who was there told us he limped all the way to the trash room where he fell on the ground, and then they came and finished him.
The Israeli military harasses all Palestinians, but people with disabilities are not exempt from that harassment. We really need to create a way of thinking about the Palestinian issue in this intersectional way, and not just intersectional as it relates to Palestine, but also intersectional as it relates to other social justice causes that have the same roots of inequity. I would just like to end that I am an abled Palestinian living in the diaspora, so everything that I've said here is from my own perspective as an abled person, so I do not want to speak on behalf of the disability community in Palestine or the disability community generally around the world. So this is just my opinion, but I think that it's really important too, as an abled person, to kind of consider the ways in which my own privilege is helping to subjugate another group of people, and that all of these conversations have to be connected. Just because I'm Palestinian, that doesn't make me exempt from addressing my own privilege as an abled person and as a cisgendered person.
Thousands of Palestinians have become permanently disabled in the recent attacks on Gaza.
We are not burdens.
We are beautiful.
Because we are survivors.
The targeting of hospitals,
ambulances,
and rehabilitation facilities in Palestine is an attack on disabled people.
Disability justice means resisting together.
Disability justice means resisting together.